Now, let's get to Tristan first. Originally, I was gonna do Robbie after Julio, but I want to go straight to Tristan because I feel like I have much more to say with our friendship than with me and Robbie's. And obviously, my friendship with Tristan's ended in late 2020. That was sometime in October. I think it was mid-October, if I'm not mistaken. But I will say this, man. Our friendship is just a pure roller coaster ride. Now, like I said with my friendship with Julio, it's never been bad. Okay, it's never been bad. So, like, this one too was just a failure, and for this to be a roller coaster ride, and I'll explain what that means, man. Since we started hanging out, I think our first hangout, mind you, was Knott's Berry Farm, and mind you, we both love roller coasters, right? We went to Knott's a few times together, not probably several times. We went to Six Flags. I think that one time, we went to Six Flags. That was in 2008, and that was with me, him, and Robbie. That was the only time. And I know he's a really, really big fan of roller coasters, just like me. As far as with our friendship, though, it is a roller coaster ride, no doubt. And what I mean by that is, since we started developing our friendship, there's already been a few times where we just haven't talked, and I think the first time that this has happened was in 2007, where I know I was one of his maybe the only friend, or maybe a couple, who knows, who was just, as he would describe, blabbering incessantly. Yeah, that's because every time we hung out, it's like, I mean, let's just be honest, man. In all of our hangouts, there really just isn't a smooth trend. You know, unlike with mines and Robbie's, and also with mine and Julio's when we hang out. With Tristan's, I mean, look, there's times when we just get crazy on certain things and certain topics here and there, but he was always that quiet dude, you know. And I try to be the more talkative one. It was that way sometimes with Julio, although I think Julio is just more talkative than Tristan in general, as well as Robbie, you know. But it's just more of like, this is where it kind of gets weird in our friendship, and it feels kind of imbalanced at times, where a lot of times he's just very quiet, and I'm like the very talkative one. And look, this is probably why I think me and Russ, in terms of the chemistry, in terms of our level of talking, I think we'd be like the best, like in that aspect, we'd be like the best friendship duo right there. You know what I'm saying? Possibly me and Mari too. You know, even though she's obviously is a girl. You know, girls are. But yeah, there's already been many moments like that. Yes, we traveled together a couple times. You know, just us, and we're just like, it's yeah, a lot of it's just been silence. You know, I try to be more talkative, but this is where, like, he has a very strong personality, much like some other people I know. Rico's another one. He would like Julio, he would attend a lot of social events, right? I also know like Tristan's partied and went clubbing and done other social things. Hell, he's even hosted Insta meets. He had me do like a few ads for him. Insta like, yeah, for those Insta meets, you know, from Instagram. Obviously, that's why it's called Insta Meets, right? Yeah. So, I mean, he has certain friends. You know, he has when it comes to him being a friend, it's like there's a reason why he does not tolerate guys like Russ and Dewey. The overly weird, kind of strange, awkwardness kind of friends that I myself, when I'm at my best, when I'm a truly normal, sane version of myself, can accept. I can accept all kinds of friends, even guys like Russ and Dewey. Tristan would not. I remember Rico and I hung out with Russ when we went to Belmont Shore, and Rico even told me he couldn't tolerate Russ like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain people that, you know, that's why Tristan, when it comes to Tristan being a friend, like his standards, they're pretty, I don't know if I should say strict or limited or what, but he's very picky, man. He's pretty picky. Julio's not like that. Robbie certainly is not like that. You know, certainly with Russ and Dewey and Carlos and no. The guys I usually hang out with, you know, they ain't like that. It's just Tristan's one of them, man. You know what I'm saying? He has his different standards. So yeah, and I know we had plenty of clashing moments. A lot of it is on me. I'll admit I was very stubborn and very annoyed. I was very annoying myself, right? So yeah, just you know, that's how unbalanced most of our friendship has been. Even though it's been, we hung out in 2004, and that was really been like 10 years or so, or more than 10 years. We've been friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's why Tristan left the nut bars. He quote unquote took a leave of absence, according to Robbie. So yeah, dude, he just has like his personality, the way it's built or the way he established it. It's not meant for the nut bars like that. Jesse is another one, and boy, Jesse, I don't know if I want to talk about. I mean, I should. I probably will. We'll talk about how our friendship started and ended, but it's just more of the obvious when it comes to him. And trust me, he's not that kind of friend that Tristan and Robbie were to me, and Julio and Carlos. Nah, he's a whole different animal within itself. So yeah, like regarding our friendship, man, you know, like I said, I'm talking about me and Tristan. It's just a total roller coaster ride where there's already been a couple times in 2007, maybe even 2008, where we just haven't talked. And I just remember more 2007, where there was a couple times that we didn't talk. It was like one time we didn't talk for a week, and the next time I think we didn't talk for 2 weeks or something like that. And then obviously there was another time. I think there was another time that happened, which was like in 2011. You know, and this was even before the Hollywood incident, where after me getting my first ever police ticket, boy, yeah, I knew how crazy I got, especially since it was the first time, and obviously that was a huge mistake for me to just explode over that one police ticket. And I remember Tristan out there saying, "Hey, if it doesn't behave, I won't play one of my songs, this and that." So I just feel bad for the guys because of me at that time, because like after that Hollywood incident, we were kind of driving around, you know, just West Hollywood, downtown Hollywood, you know, kind of just going around, and they just couldn't stop seeing my worst, and they had to sit there, and obviously I was being an ass, right? And and then with Tristan, it's like everything just went silent, even as I went back on the freeway, and I think I dropped off. Yeah, obviously Tristan was the last guy I dropped off, because at that time he was still living in you know, right close to me and all that. So yeah, and from there, like, I guess Robbie and Julio did reach out to me after that Hollywood incident, and not Tristan though. He was clearly done with me. I remember, like, I felt so hurt that I ended up having to go to his house to bring a letter to him. I'm pretty sure he didn't read it, threw it all away and shit. I'm trying to remember if I sent him another one, but I was like, man, I thought I was really about to lose a friend for the first time, and that was Tristan. And I'm talking about a close friend. And I thought that would have been Tristan, and he wasn't in the Ballers group that time, right? Well, I let another year last in 2012, where we didn't hang out at all. 2013, surprising comeback. You know what? 2013 was my healing year, where I did a whole lot of group hangouts. At that time, they were all good and well. Hung out with you know, the guys that are Leo, Robbie, Dewey, Russ. Boss was not so much in the picture that year. And then I was like, man, you know, for 8 months, I was like, I just completely forgot about Tristan. And I don't think he was gonna, you know, he might have forgotten about me for good. You know what I'm saying? But much to my surprise, I remember Robbie. What was it? Hold on for a second. I remember Robbie. He texted me. I said, "Hey, you don't think you can come by for a little bit?" Because we were going. I guess him and Julia were gonna hang out somewhere, and I was like, I don't know. I got something to do, and he was like, "You don't think you can come by for a little bit?" I was like, "Fine, I'll do it." So, I guess we were going to Robbie's place. At the time, he was living in Harbor. Yeah, right close to Shakey's, Harbor Boulevard. And we, and next thing you know, I saw him and Julio there. And then Tristan popped out of nowhere. That was a great moment, okay? Where we all reunited, celebrated, and all that. And, you know, that was the time for me and Tristan to really reunite, even after I saw his long message and all that. Yeah, like, I remember it's like there would be a future for us, and there was a future for us for the next, what was it, 14, 15, 16? Yeah, for the next 7 years, right? Everything is kind of smoothing out a little bit, right? Until the pandemic came, and then ultimately it came down to me again. Some stupid ass me, a version of me that, you know, it just got to like, man, it was, yeah. And that's where I remember what he said in that long message. You know, not every single word. I know I have the printout of his entire long message. I wish I could find it. I don't know where it is. But I do remember him saying, man, if this happens again, he's much worse off. Because he don't like liars. And guess what? In late 2020, I was proven a liar. And from there, in the moment, I wonder why he blocked me. Because I remember him saying like he was done with this conversation. This was just regarding some stupid ass glitch on Facebook, this and that. But it was just more than what I just ranted to him about. And after that, well, he like I eventually I understood where he came from. So from there, that's how I knew, you know, he he didn't want any part of me anymore. It was over. It was straight up over. Yeah, it was straight up done and over with. Our friendship, me and Tristan. It was just, like he didn't want no part of me anymore. Rightfully so. Because, and having to reflect on what I said here, as far as my friendship with Tristan, it's just more, one, his personality, obviously we know what he has different standards when it comes to, with friends and all that. But to be honest, it wasn't going to last very long like this. It wasn't going to last very long. It wasn't going to last, for as long as, even if he was in Seattle, or who knows where he is at this point. I don't even know where this dude is now. You know what I'm saying? When I was on social media, he wasn't on very much. He was out. So, I will say this, man. Yeah, it just was never meant to last very long. And of course, that's on me. My stubbornness and my extreme annoyance, or just letting this it just happen. And Tristan was not going to tolerate people like me. Maybe I just was too stubborn to know about it, and unfortunately, it just came to that. So it's like, unlike the failure of friendship of me and Julio and me and Robbie. Well, I'm gonna talk about Robbie in another video after this. At least with Julio, he's willing to give me another chance, but it's not like he's gonna be, still thinking that I'm still gonna be a good friend, like a very good friend, after what I had said to him done to him, that I've said to him last year, and especially with our track record of mistakes. And I pretty much had this kind of track record with Tristan as well, as far as his criticisms of me. But obviously, when he has a strong personality like that, and how he, his different values when it comes to friends, yeah, it wasn't gonna last like that. It was never meant to last. Very, like, in the longest time I can remember. So, and besides, like, it just feels so different. Like, there's usually a balance. I've had a balance with hanging out with friends. Like, we know there's that chemistry, like I've had with these group of guys, even with guys like Robbie, Julio, Russ, Carlos, Neil. Even if Neil was quiet, he wasn't like Tristan like that. He's a nicer guy, you know what I'm saying? But even Tristan, when they met one time in 2015, he found him weird too, which is okay. So yeah, you know what? I was just gonna let him be. But in the end, it is my fault. So that's all I want to talk about as far as me and Tristan's friendship. Will there be a future for us? No. There will be no more future for us, and especially since he's in a different state now. And who knows if he's married at this point. I don't even know a damn thing, but who cares at this point? I got to work on myself with all the problems I'm having to deal with, especially as of last month. All right, peace out.